Using SlickPour dip powders with gel is an awesome way to feature color on the nails. But sometimes when you use the darker colors, it can be a challenge. Greg is going to show you a method he learned from Tracy right now.
Since we started using Caption conversion-based top and SlickPour powders, we have had a tremendous amount of success nationally as well as globally. What I want to be able to show you in this demonstration is how to tackle dark colors. This is going to give you a really great insight on how to use the darkest of SlickPour colors with Caption conversion base and top. So Tracy originally had gel polish on her nail, which I went ahead and removed. What I want to be able to do now is just push her cuticles back, and then I need to prepare the natural nail so that we have great adhesion with the SlickPour product. I'm going to go ahead and set my electric file to 3000 RPMs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my medium arbor band and I'm just going to gently remove the shine from the surface of her natural nail. So I'm going to tickle all the way around, making sure that I get tight around the perimeter of the nail. Once I am done removing shine from the surface of the nail, I'm going to take a swipe. I'm going to pump this. We're going to clean that surface off. I'm going to allow that to just sit. Just go ahead and remove any residue that's there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply 2 coats of protein bond. What we're going to do is we're going to apply 1 coat all the way through. We're going to do that on all 10 fingernails, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to apply 1 more coat. This is prepped and ready to rock and roll. So the biggest problem I find that a lot of beginners are having, especially when they're working with darker colors, is they cannot get the right workability with the powder and gel. They're putting way too much product down, which is not allowing the light to pass through. I'm going to show you a technique that Tracy taught me, and this is going to help all of you guys out there execute dark colors with ease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a really nice thin coat of Caption conversion base. This is going to establish a great foundation, and this is also going to establish a clear coat to protect the natural nail. What I'm going to do is we're going to get this on, and then once we actually have this coat on, we're going to go inside the light for 60 seconds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some stack, which is a really opaque black in SlickPour. We're going to take a makeup brush, and what I'm going to do is take my brush and I'm just going to just kind of powder coat everything around the edges in the front, just like this. And then once we are done doing that, I'm going to lightly tap off any excess, and we're going to go inside the light. I'm going to set this for 30 seconds just so that it sticks to the top layer of that gel. Once the hand comes out of the light, I'm just going to kind of dust away any of the excess, and as you can see, it's left an opaque background. This is what you need to establish so that when you apply 1 coat of that really opaque color, it's going to cover extremely well. Now I'm going to take conversion base and I'm going to apply a nice even coat from cuticle to free edge. And then once we actually have the coat onto the nail, I'm gonna make sure it's wet. I'm gonna make sure to get this as close to my sides as I possibly can. And then what we wanna be able to do while the gel is wet, I'm going to take my spoon, I'm going to take the powder, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap this all the way around to make sure that we get really good coverage. Okay, we're going to allow that to set into the surface. I need to make sure that all my sides are perfectly clear and clean. You can see how the powder is absorbing into the gel. Okay, let's go ahead and set that inside the light for another 60 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take swipe and I'm going to use this to clean not only around the surrounding skin but the surface of the nail. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination between the Young Nails sponge buffer and the 240 file to be able to get my edges really, really tight. Still need to make sure that we take the edges down of the buffer. And then what I want to be able to do is I'm just going to use this just to detail around my edges. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I don't want to file the surface because I don't want to take the color off. So I'm just going to lightly buff with my sponge buffer. What this is going to do is going to smooth out all the imperfections from the surface. Okay. Let's go ahead and take swipe to clean the surface off. I'm now going to take protein bond to this surface. Okay. And what this is going to do, it's going to act as a bonder so that if you decide to use Caption Conversion Top Coat or stain resistant top coat, it's going to stick to the surface without chipping off. I'm going to use Caption Conversion Top Coat. I'm going to apply a nice even coat from cuticle to free edge. All right, let's go ahead and get inside the light for another 60 seconds. I'm now going to take swipe. I'm going to remove the dispersion layer from the surface. I'm going to use my hand file just to do a little bit more detailing around the edges. And just like that, we have a perfect SlickPour application with a really dark color.